Welcome back, everybody. Tugger with Tugger Trimmers, back with another video. Today we're here once again at the Michigan Forestry Products Show in Gaylord, Michigan. Great day today. It's Saturday, day 2 of the show. I'm here with Taylor from Halverson. Halverson's how you say it?
Yep, Halverson Wood Products.
Halverson Wood Products. They got a nice, really good line of a little bit of everything, to my understanding. But I'll let Taylor kind of give his background, how he's related to the company, and then we're going to showcase what Halverson has to offer here at the show, and if there's any other equipment you want to mention too, obviously, go ahead.
For sure. Thanks, Tugger. Yep, I'm Taylor with Halverson Wood Products. We're based out of central Minnesota as a company. We have a variety of dealers across the U.S. and Canada. Yeah, we brought a little bit of everything to these logging shows. Are kind of our bread and butter. We like getting out. Seems like there's everybody here that looking for something different,
right,
and unique, and that's definitely our products. We offer some skid steer mounted attachments as well as some standalone attachments, and like I said, it's been a pretty decent show overall, and today we're hoping for even better on the weekend. So we can jump in and take a look at a few of these products. It'd be great.
Yeah, nice. Let's get going to this this big old bar and chain here. I'll let you just take it and run with it.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this thing. This is new to us last year. It's the same grapple saw that Halverson customers have known for quite a few years, just with a bigger saw heart. And 3/4 pitch chain, 46-inch bar. It's definitely a showstopper when people walk by. They want to stop and take a look at it. The grapple itself opens up to 37 inches. The bar will cut 36. So pretty well any kind of wood or any material you can get in there, you can cut it.
Right, and that thing probably has no issue with any kind of hardwood, softwood, nothing.
Nope, it's going to throw chips. I mean, it's going to cut through it. It's a little bit slower than our 404 pitch chain just because of the material you're removing, but you're able to cut it all.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If you're spitting giant chunks, it can't move as fast.
Yeah, for sure. With this is a little bit outside of our normal product range. This is a high flow attachment. So you do need high flow capacity to operate it, and you can tell the difference. It's awesome. I love running it.
Yeah.
Yep. So no, it's been a great product for us, for the guys that want to handle and buck up big diameter wood and put them on, vertical splitters or horizontal splitters, just to take away that lifting portion of it.
Is that mostly what people use, is just bucking up into rounds and then? It's
a combination. A lot of them are bucking rounds. The other guys are taking them on the wood, on their landing sites out in the woods to take it down, big white pine tops, stuff like that. We sell quite a few of them down in Iowa. But yeah, it's just a really universal tool. Some guys will use them for tree trim or branch trimming and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty universal for the guys.
Yeah, and you said around the U.S. you have distributors. Kind of, is there just, you're just Midwest, or you're kind of everywhere?
We're a little bit everywhere, more northern. We're spread out through the southeast pretty well, and the northeast. We get a little more sparse as we cruise through the Midwest and over into the West Coast. But 27 total dealers across U.S. and Canada, and 3 international.
Nice.
Yep.
Just try to get you guys, if we're doing a video, if people need something, go get it now. Here's their dealer. They're close to you. So,
sure. Is your base in Michigan? Like, are you guys?
Me and Pops here. We're out of Michigan. Yep. Yeah. So so we came up to the show sporting the Timberwolf over there. But yeah, we don't work for Timberwolf or anything. I just own that machine, so we're out here.
For sure. You make a good look for it.
Yeah,
you guys are in it. You're going to use it.
Yeah. So
that's what we like.
Yeah. This is what's your name for this? What's it called?
Yep. So this is our Halverson HWP-120-TR 275 grapple saw is what it stands for.
Grapple saw, nice.
Yep.
Yeah, it is I'm sure you guys can tell over video, but sometimes you can't. It is a tank. So this thing will take down whatever you need, really with no issues. The hoses are just, you said, what's it called, the open flow?
It's a high flow attachment.
High flow.
Yep, so we use 3/4 inch hose to feed that, to limit high temp situations. And then we do use laminated beams. We've added extra gussets in here for those larger logs. To me, the laminated beams and the extra iron along the forks is what keeps it from bending, keeps you from flexing.
Right.
Really getting all that inertia pulled in to have a nice saw.
Yeah, I don't think anything's bending this guy. I mean,
yeah. Yep.
not on the first day, at least.
For sure.
But
for sure.
Yeah, we'll get over here to what I don't even know. I'll just let you run with it, because I've never. Sure. This is a very unique little machine here.
Sure. So this is new to us this year. We just released this a couple of months ago. This is our HWP-120-TR. Our TR model stands for trailers. It's based on our skid steer mounted version, which is Halverson's mostly known for, is their skid steer mounted version. So we took that technology, that reliability, put it on a trailer, put it on a power unit, and this unit now will get you up to a 15-inch diameter round. It'll cut you a 22-inch block. So it's all, you get your log lift, you got your side shift, that brings the log ahead. It also splits the last piece you cut at the same time. So we use our harvester bar and chain setup, the same as our 120 skid steer models. And we did throw a hydraulically adjusted wedge, because why do you want to sit and manually adjust a wedge?
Right,
so,
exactly. Right.
We utilize electronic controls just like our skid steer models. That gives us the safety features that we really strive to have in them, which is preventing that bar coming down while you're splitting, or vice versa. If the table is splitting, you don't want that saw bar coming down. So it's to keep the operator safe, keep the machine safe, everybody around you.
Right, so yeah, where do you operate it from? Right back here?
Yep, so the operator station is back here. We keep it away from the saw for a reason. You're right next to your engine controls, your throttle, your dead man, your ignition switch. What we've done here is we've made this a little bit more adjustable than in the past for different height people, for different comforts. I like mine down a little bit, some people like them up. But we're using the same button system that we've used in the skid steers for 10 years. And it's simple, it's easy to use with gloves. It's very positive. You can feel it click when you're operating it. There's 7 total buttons on this unit, and it depends on what function you're running. So our saw, just like all of our skid steer processors, is auto return. Everything else you're running manually. So once you get in a rhythm, you're just pressing the same 5 buttons over and over again.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, like any processor. I really haven't seen, so this just comes straight off the skid steer.
Correct.
That's why, okay, I've never seen buttons like that. That's pretty cool.
Yep, and these are built in-house at Halverson. So the
nice.
wiring harnesses, everything is built in-house. That's why we just stuck with the same technology we've been doing.
Right. No, it's smart. It's a great idea, and it sets you apart a little bit. And I've never seen like a control panel like that either. That's really nice. And it's far away from the saw. Like I'm cutting, basically face to face with that chainsaw. So I do like this a lot.
Yep.
When you have a log up here, that's even more safety involved with that saw coming down.
Yep.
So.
For me as an operator, I'm adjusting my wood as it comes up here if it's something really crooked.
Yeah.
That gets me to the end of the table and away from it, and I can still make my adjustments, do what I have to do.
Exactly, yep.
But to me, if I'm more than an arm's length and anything around the engine, that's perfect for me.
Right, exactly.
We do have a waterproof case here too. We can take these off, put them in, so if you have to leave it outside or leave it on the yard for a night or whatever,
nice.
The controls are all sealed up for you.
Yeah, and how long is this guy?
The actual length of the machine is about 8 feet when it's folded up. So this table will come all the way in.
Okay.
This hitch can come up and get mounted up here. And that was the real goal, is to be able to get somebody as, like a residential consumer, put it in their garage, be able to put their lawnmower in front of it, put it in the back corner. And because this log lift will fold all the way up and collapse, so it's only 6 feet wide.
Right, that's why I asked, because it seems really just versatile in that way where you can put it wherever. So
yeah,
8 foot long, said 6 foot wide.
Yep,
Nice.
6 foot wide wheel to wheel, and it's about 8.5 feet long overall when it's closed.
Yeah, I like this. This is really nice to have a fold up hitch there, because that's 3 feet that you don't need.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
That's the most annoying thing when storing anything, a trailer especially, is you got the hitch sticking out.
Yep.
So.
One thing we're going to add moving forward is we're going to put a wheel, like a boat jack wheel on there. So if you do have it in your garage or in your building, you can move it around.
Yeah.
This thing is very well balanced. The production manager over at Halverson did a great job at balancing this, which I really appreciate, because you never know when you need to make some fine adjustments to get it closer to the pile by hand.
Right.
So you can literally pick this thing up and it balances itself.
Yeah, without those logs on it.
Without the logs on it. But
yeah. How much does it weigh then?
So the machine itself weighs 2,100 pounds.
Okay. Yeah.
So in the state of Minnesota, we can outfit it if you want, put fenders on it, lights, and you can register it as an on-road trailer if you want. Not the way we recommend it, but there are some guys, certain situations, it does make it pretty nice.
Yep. And then you got a Kohler on there, I see.
Yep, we run a 38 horsepower Kohler. We're a little bit on the heavier side for engines, but we want more than less on usually everything we do.
Right.
That's why we try to use 1/4-inch steel everywhere we can as well. And we got an upgraded pump compared to our smaller trailer that we've offered for a few years. So this one's putting out 20 gallons a minute now.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice. Electric start. That's nice.
Yep. We got an onboard hydraulic cooler as well.
Yeah, I was going to ask about a cooler.
Yep. So everything, we got our high flow hydraulic filter set up as well. That's external now. The filter's a little cheaper to change. We used to have an in-tank system. So to me, you got your pressure flow. You can watch and see if your filter's getting plugged up for any reason.
Yep.
All from the operator station. And that electronic cooler, we got a dead man on there for that reason, but it'll just run and cool it down, and yeah, it makes it pretty nice. Pretty simple. Don't have to worry about anything overheating.
Yeah, nice. This is I was looking at it all day yesterday. I'm like, and it's really a nice, especially you can take a 15-inch log.
Yep.
It's really nice for just the homeowner and the general population, right? Like processor like mine, that's more for high production, people.
Sure.
But if you're out clearing logs every once in a while and you want to make some wood, you're going to buy it, or you even heat with wood and you live on some land, perfect.
Yep.
This thing is perfect, right up your alley, even if you're just a homeowner.
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
so it's
exactly.
right up your alley. Yeah, 15 inches is a lot more than I thought.
It's a lot bigger than a person thinks,
right,
for
right.
especially an average consumer. I mean,
Yeah.
everybody thinks they got huge diameters.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
what's,
it's good
what's
size.
the length of the bar then?
So the bar on here is a 20, I think it's 28 inch.
Okay.
Yep, it's 28 inch bar. And it's the same bar that we're using on all of our smaller processors on the skid steer. The bigger processors, we jump up to I think it's a 32 or 34 inch bar.
So you do offer bigger processors?
We do, yep,
Okay.
yep. So in our skid steer line, we offer 5 models. We're operating our 140. The terminology we use going
Yeah,
up
we can
through
go
our
over and talk
models.
about this guy,
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. So in our skid steer line, we offer 5 models. We got a 140, or 100, 120, 140, 150, and a 160. The bigger the number, the bigger the capacity,
Right.
the more splitting force, the bigger diameter you can handle. Our 140 is our flagship product. This was the original processor that Glenn Halverson built when the company started. That got the whole ball rolling for us. Everything else was built around this design.
Yeah.
Not a lot of the features, have changed a whole lot. The machines themselves are actually very similar the way they operate until we came out with the 160, which we'll look at here in a second. But basically the principle is you're able to pick the log up, move it to your length that you want it to cut the log, split, all in the same machine without getting out of the skid steer.
Yep, just clicking buttons.
Yep. These machines are pretty well capable to do anywhere from 8 to 10 foot logs. You can sneak a 12-footer on the bigger machines because
Right.
the table's longer. But this 140 that we have in front of us will do up to an 18-inch diameter. This has the same bar and chain setup as that 120 we just looked at. Our biggest model goes up to 24-inch diameter, which is the 160. So we got a lot of different ranges for a lot of different applications.
Right, and you just flip them right up on there with those forks.
Yep, that's the way I operate. I tip this machine right on its end. So we do kind of rate the machine to your skid steer if you already have one.
Yep.
So yeah, you'll stand this thing right up on end, pick that log up, roll it back, and once it lands on the table, now you have the disposal to move it back and forth.
For sure.
With the grab arm and sliding that table. Yep. Our smaller machines, we don't offer a hydraulic wedge. It's more for cost to keep the price down on these things so residential users can get into them.
Right.
The bigger machines, we put a hydraulic wedge on, and it is very nice when you got big diameter and you jump down to something small.
Right.
Just to hit the button from inside the cab and go with it.
Yeah. So I just explain. This is all hydraulics here. So
Correct.
how do you? So I know I'm just relating this to what I know with hydraulics. I've started my whole firewood business with just a Champion 27 ton, and if that thing was tipped a little bit and that reservoir was not sitting right, it would leak, it would do this, it would do that.
Sure.
So how does tilting this machine, how does that not affect, how does it just stay perfectly running like that, with the oil coming?
We use what's already been done. So the skid steer manufacturers, they're built for forestry, construction, and we're using their horsepower.
Yeah.
We're using their hydraulic systems.
Okay.
So everything is being ran through the skid steer's hydraulics.
Okay, yeah, I had no idea how that works. So
Yeah, we can walk around to this side. I'll show you this. So unlike our grapple saw that we just looked at, this is standard flow. Everything is operated on standard flow, 15 to 20 gallons a minute.
Yep.
And it comes right out of the skid steer's hydraulic system. The only thing that's not hooked is our bar and chain oil.
Yep.
That's a separate reservoir. You fill that just like normal maintenance. So yeah, the hydraulics come through here. It's operated on continuous flow is the terminology for it. So it's basically like running a brush mower on a skid steer, where the oil's always traveling through it.
Yep.
And then what's happening is as you, the operator, are sitting there trying to run a different function, every time you select a button, just like you've seen on our trailer model, it's going to divert that flow to whatever function you want to run. So if you want that table to split, it's going to push that table forward and split that piece of wood, and table back will just divert it the other direction and run it the opposite way.
Right. Nice.
Yep.
Well, cool. I'm glad I asked that. So just as people know everything about it, because I'm sure if I had the question, more people like me will have the question, even though it's kind of a stupid question. Now that I realize the answer.
No, it's not. I mean, you got to remember, we got people that just bought a skid steer and never owned one. They come off a compact tractor or something. So it's a learning experience for everybody here. Yeah. One of the things we get a lot is this third line. This is called a K-strain line. And that's something that's missed a lot. So it's traditionally known as a high flow option. You know, you get your high flow machine, you gotta have a K-strain. We do operate that in standard flow just because of the high speed motors that we use on the bar and chain. So you would need that to operate our processors for that reason. So not necessarily high flow, but you do need the K-strain line.
Nice, okay. Yeah, that's a good thing to put in there for sure.
Yep. The electronic side of this is kind of unique as we offer kind of a universal adapter to different manufacturers. So everybody's different, right?
Yeah.
Everybody has their own setup, whether it's Case Cat, Bobcat, whatever it may be. The buttons are in different positions on the joysticks. But what we've done is we've been able to integrate to those. So this one's a little beat up because we take it to shows, but our side is universal. So we just use an 8-pin rectangular Deutz connector, and that's on every processor. So we adapt to that. If we have a 14-pin connector that's on your skid steer, this round 14-pin connector, and what we do is we send the removal tool with, so you can pin it out to whatever model make you might have, or if you trade and go to a different machine, you have the ability to change that.
Yeah.
Yep, and same with the button layouts. Everybody's different. So,
right.
So just because I like saw on my thumb on the right side doesn't mean somebody's left-handed, they might want it on the right, on the other side. So, so yeah, that gives a little bit more flexibility for these guys.
Customize.
Yep.
Some controls. Yeah, that's very nice because I mean, with an attachment like a skid steer, you do kind of need that. So that's a very good aspect there to have. I never thought about that because I don't own a skid steer, but I'm sure people watching own one. They're like, yeah, I can have this now.
Yeah, I finally got options, right? I don't need to have the company's harness kit to operate if I have all the functions required.
You're not limited by any means. Yeah.
Yep. So it's very nice. I always tell guys, if you can get a 14-pin connector, it's worth it. Like there's aftermarkets, or you know, Bobcat will give you a kit to put on. Case will do the same thing. Put that on there. You can use it for something else, not just our processor either.
Yeah. So you said this was what number was this?
This is our 140 HWP-120.
You wanted to go see the 160?
I want to go show you the 160. Yeah, okay. That's our. This is our biggest processor we offer.
All right.
With it being the biggest processor, it does weigh in at 2,300 pounds dry.
Yeah, this is solid.
But it does take up to a 24-inch diameter.
Okay.
Some of the unique features to it compared to the 140 is this live deck.
Yep.
So we have a chain bed and a spiked roller grab arm, and they run together.
Right.
So when you decide to move that log ahead, and when you run that grab arm down, you never have to let go of the log. You just keep feeding it ahead.
Right.
So if you got really crooked stuff, it's kind of fun when it stands up on its end, it just keeps feeding it in.
Yeah.
This unit has a 4.5-inch splitting cylinder in it, so you can stand a 12 or 14-inch red oak on its end and split it in half.
Yeah, that's bigger than my. I had on a 4-inch.
Yep. And it is a beast.
This is really solid. What's it made out of?
Yep. So it's mostly 1/4-inch steel. There's some 3/8 steel on the splitting wedge side. We use a hard stop measuring device now on this, just to give you that real positive measurement every time. It's adjustable from 16 to 22 inches out of factory with the options of customizing after that.
Nice.
And you do have a 4, 6, or 8-way wedge option.
8-way
too. Well.
Nice.
Yep.
What does your 8-way look like compared to the 6?
Yep. So it's very similar. We're just adding a set of wings down 45.
Okay. Yep. That's how Timberwolf says too.
Yep. I do like the 6-way personally. Unless I'm doing a lot of big diameter, but the 6-way gives you a lot more flexibility. If you jump down to smaller diameters, you don't want to split it so many pieces. Drop it down and run a 4-way.
Right.
You know.
Exactly.
To me, it's a little more universal.
Yeah, I like a 6 too for sure. 6 is kind of the sweet spot in my opinion for wedges. But
exactly.
So this bar is how long?
This is our Speed Max bar. This one goes up. I can't even remember the measurements, to be honest with you. You guys are nailing me on all the specs. But this will go, like I said, this will go up to a 24-inch diameter.
Yeah, that looks like a 32 maybe. 36.
I think it's pushing 32 or 36. Yeah, I'd have to double check for you, and I can let you guys know. One thing that's also unique with this, it's kind of our hidden features in this processor. We use a hydraulic tensioning system.
Okay.
So you don't have that. Our standard processors have a 2-bolt system with a tightener on it.
Right, that's what mine is.
Yep. This one operates hydraulically. So as soon as you put hydraulic power from the skid steer to the machine, it's going to apply tension and keep consistent tension all the time.
Nice.
It doesn't seem like a lot, but man, when you're running long hours,
right. I don't have to take it off, and exactly.
The other side is all of our processors. You're able to drop these bars down when it's turned off, machine's off, and you can sharpen them right on the machine. You're able to turn these by hand, so everything is very, very simple that way to do the maintenance that you need to do on it.
Nice. Well, did you want to run that, or did you?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yep,
We'll go and run the. What was that processor up there called?
Yep, this is our 120-TR.
The 120-TR.
Yep.
That might be the most efficient kind of speed or time between cut and cut that I've ever seen right there.
Yeah, it's definitely putting those two systems together, less moving parts, more efficient.
Right.
You know, less keystrokes when you're on the buttons.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm cutting roughly 20 inch because it's all 100 inch roughly. So
right.
That's my sizes are a little off. I might get a little scrutiny for that. But
no,
but yeah, I try to get to 20 inch.
Yeah.
We don't have a measuring device on this. What I do tell guys is if they want, they can put marks on this table so they know how far it's coming back.
Right.
Our bigger machines on the skid steers, we do have an integrated measuring device on there. That's electronic. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is new for us. We're excited to have it out.
Yeah,
it's compact. It's easy to use.
You can definitely tell the skid steer aspect to it because of this guy here. But it's still so smooth and efficient. Do you have a cords per hour on this?
We rate it at 1 full augers cord an hour.
Yep.
Our traditional 120s we put up to 1.25 cords, but we know there's entry level operators that are going to be on this, so we derate a lot of our stuff just to make sure we're understanding.
Yep, that's a very good idea.
Yep.
Yeah,
Our whole go ahead.
Especially for a model like this where it's going to be residential.
Yep.
And they're not really concerned about the per hour. So it's not really a stat that you have to be concerned about. But
everybody's situation is different, and Firewood is different, period. I don't care. Every corner of the states or the whole world, everybody's got a different situation they got to work with.
Right.
So our goal with Halverson Wood Products is to give you a one-person, one-machine solution, and keeping safety and reliability at its high points there.
Right, and I think you're doing a great job of that so far.
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah. Well, here you go. There's Taylor with Halverson showing off skid steer attachments, and this isn't your first processor, though, is it? Or is this your first kind of processor?
This is actually our second trailer model processor.
Yeah, that's
so we had one unit that was smaller. It was a 100, we called it.
Yep.
Very small. It was very fun to run.
Yeah.
But it was definitely for northern climates. Definitely for softwood.
Okay.
It did what you needed it to, but if you didn't have more than a 16-inch firebox, you weren't gonna be using it.
right.
So yeah, same concept, same frame, but a bigger package.
Yeah, the HWP-120-TR here with Halverson.
Yep.
Great little unit. Be sure to check them out. once again, just remind everybody where you're located, kind of where to find this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can find us at halversonwoodproducts.com or give us a call at the office, 218-587-2065. Ask for Taylor, Randy, or Tom. Otherwise, get online there and find our dealers at our dealer locator page. We'd be happy to talk with you, or any of our dealers would be happy to talk with you about our products.
Well, you heard it, guys. Be sure to check them out if you're looking for something smaller, or you got a skid steer that you need to split up some wood. These guys are great products here with Halverson. So be sure to check them out. Thank you, Taylor.
Yep, thanks, Tucker.
Yeah,
appreciate your time. Thanks, guys.